Welcome to week 14 and welcome back to the series. The regular season finale is here in season 4 for our Thundering Herd, but we'll start the episode with a quick recruiting update. A few weeks have passed and Marshall has slid down a few spots to the number 12 class in the country. Still incredibly happy as we are among the likes of Ohio State, Texas A&M, and Florida, but what I like the most is the variety. We have commits from future starters at quarterback, wide receiver, offensive line, defensive line, and linebacker. The only true critique I would have is that we don't have a signature guy in the secondary, but all in all, I'm really pleased with the class so far. Uncommitted targets still on our radar include bust 5-star athlete Travis Bain. He's an outside linebacker, but I'm willing to give him some time to develop. We have a 5,000 point lead for him. The top cornerback target in a light class is Paul Jenkins. 4,200 point lead for him. Depth guard Scott Darby is a developmental in-state guy on the offensive line, but I still want to try to get him. A nice little 2,700 point lead on him as well. 4-star wide receiver 2 in this class, Brandon Ross, is leaning towards us more and more each week. And defensive end Josh Clark is a forgotten man in this class. I don't think I've even mentioned him in an episode. He's a 4-star, the number 9 defensive end in the class, and he would give us 2 guys inside the top 10 at their position. Manny Seymour's the number 6 kicker in the class. He's definitely our Kevin Hayes insurance in case he declares early for the NFL draft. Still early for Clint White, but he's a low-end 4-star, the number 31 defensive end in the class, but I'm still very interested as he's a bit bigger and heavier than both Josh Clark and Ron Davis. Maybe the most mentioned prospect in this entire cycle, Mr. Do Everything, athlete Corey Brown. We have a 1,200 point lead for him, and we're dumping 700 points on him every single week. I expect our battle with Bama to bleed into the offseason. We're also in on another 4-star defensive end, Leon Williams, the number 28 defensive end in the class. It's early in the process with him too, but I am trying to completely restock along the defensive line in this cycle. Sykes is a project offensive tackle. He's a 3-star, but Texas has come roaring out of nowhere to fight us for him. I don't know if I'm willing to put that much points in the offseason on him. We'll see. Cedric Britt is our 6'6", 217-pound athlete, and I want to turn him into a tight end if we can put a few more pounds on him. We're going up against USC for his services. There are a few other guys we trail for that I won't mention, but the big one that I do want to talk about is Damon Austin. We've been trying to reel him in, the 4-star athlete, for weeks, but Miami has come in and made this race really tough. He projects to be a power halfback in college. We're going to have to keep an eye on this one. Rivalry week is here. The game is up first. Number 3 Ohio State is headed to Ann Arbor to take on number 11 Michigan. Lee Corso likes the Wolverines in this matchup. Both teams are super close on paper. The Buckeyes have lost every game in our dynasty so far against the Maize and Blue. They are due for a win in the game. Notre Dame and USC is a top 15 battle this year. It should be a fun one in Southern California, even if the stakes aren't as high as some of those early 2000s games. Playoff rankings heading into rivalry week, Marshall is in the number 4 spot. North Carolina, after their big win against Miami, is up to number 1, but Florida and Ohio State have their big games this week, so a lot could still happen. Houston and Akron are in the 5 and 6 spots, just hoping one of us above them slips up. We are closing out the regular season on the road. 4 and 7 Georgia State comes into this one looking pretty pedestrian. They're ranked 70th or below nationally in every category except for turnover differential. Corso likes us in this one, but we can't get caught looking ahead to the Sun Belt title game and blow a road conference matchup and ruin our season. For Marshall, James Fuqua has really started to turn it on. 32 touchdown passes, 2,500 yards. Rasheen Ali almost up to 1,500 yards on the year and 16 scores. And Armstrong might be able to get to double-digit touchdown catches by the end of this year. And Chris Everhart is listed as questionable, so we will see if we get him back this week or if he's going to hold out one more week until the conference title. Welcome to Atlanta, Georgia. The Panthers play host today. They were only founded as a team in 2010 and they joined the Sun Belt in 2013. Not a lot of NFLers in their history, but all of us who play fantasy football have heard of Saints kicker Will Lutz, and Albert Wilson is a wide receiver who's an alum. He had a 7-year career and spent some time with the Chiefs and the Dolphins. Sun Belt Group A is already locked up. Marshall is geared up for the conference title game next week. Michele Colasardo and Georgia State are going to get the ball first. They're going to get us started at the 26-yard line in shotgun, giving it to Scott working right. He's met by Aiden Hubbard, TFL. Nicely done by Hubbard there on first down. Good start to the game. Now Daniel, the tight end, fighting, breaking 3 tackles and more. 16 yards by Trent Daniel. Nice play. And I tell you what, I feel like we face like the best tight ends ever every week. It's back-to-back weeks we're dealing with a good tight end. There's Daniel again for 22. First and 10 after the big pickup. Speed option, but Alston is there. Our second TFL already. Flipping the play, Colasurdo out to Scott on the toss. Daniels does a nice job standing him up. There we go. Get him into 3rd and long early. Colasurdo well protected over the middle. Malcolm Folk, how did he not come up with this ball? Oh my goodness. Jacob Freeman over the middle has 11. This slant comes right at him. I don't understand. How does the guy behind him catch the ball, but he doesn't? He even has one hand out. Oh, Jesus, EA. Ay, ay, ay. 1st and 10, Colasurdo after the nice 11-yard glitch pickup. He's got 7. Another quarterback that seems to have some mobile skills. Now the give to Dixon going backwards. Another nice play by the D-line. Kerryon Martin on the tackle for loss. 3rd and 5. Colasurdo under pressure. Hit. Fumbles it. And Johnson recovers. Beautifully done. True freshman Jermaine Johnson lands on this one. And check out that spin move by Jay-Sean Kaufman. Hits the quarterback. Ball comes loose. It's under the pile. And Johnson is able to get it in his wings. Beautiful. Marshall D stands up after a few plays, able to get it done, get the turnover. Samuel Cook on the slant route has 13 on 1st down. Now, zone read keeper. This one well defended by the Panthers. Quickly, it's a 3rd and 12 after we went backwards. Fuqua deep up the seam. Brennan Armstrong has it. He's fighting for more yards. 42 to be exact. It's a straight go ball. Big old tight end. Up the middle, fighting off a smaller DB. That feels like a cheat code. I love Brennan Armstrong so much. What a great signing he's been. 5 yards on 1st down for Ali. Now Jack Stakem motions into the backfield. It's another give up the middle. Ali's got the first this time. And just like that, it's a 1st and goal. We set up the screen, and this one is the perfect time to call it. 5-yard touchdown reception. Rasheen Ali, our Heisman candidate, into the end zone. This is gorgeous. I mean, textbook. Just draw everybody into you. I mean, our offensive line has nobody to block. It's just the perfect call on the perfect down and distance. And it's our first studio update of the day. Oregon over Oregon State. Oh my goodness, the Civil War matchup, 48-45. Oregon State gets it done. Daniels, 5 touchdowns, 500 yards passing, and Texas State gets the win over Coastal Carolina. So rivalry week, having some good games. Georgia State gets the ball back. Marshall opens it up with scoring, and here's Williams over the middle. This is kind of nice. Colasurdo kind of threw that across his body, maybe even no look. 18 yards and a 1st down. Really good start by them. They've been okay across the middle of the field. Scott's got 5 on 1st down. Now a little pistol look, and false start. I feel like penalties in NCAA 14 are a little hard to come by, but there's a nice play by Colasurdo. He's got 2. Colasurdo looking left on 3rd and 8. Williams gets hit hard by Hardiman, but he's got 10 to 1st down. They've made some plays over the middle of the field. 2nd and 7. It's a draw to Scott. He's falling forward. He's going to get the 1st down. Freeman, jet motion. The give is to him. He gets stood up nicely by Daniels. Now a 2nd and 9. Play action as Colasurdo turns his back to the D, dumps it off to Daniel, who gets hit hard. It's going to leave him with a 3rd and 2. Just outside of the red zone, they give it to Scott. Power run play. He's got 6 yards in the 1st. Another good drive getting put together by Georgia State. 1st and 10, it's Neal running left, trying to get tracked down by Hubbard. He fumbles it. Anderson jumps on it. There's no way we're about to get our 2nd straight forced turnover in this part of the field after a long drive by the Panthers. They are going to take a look at it. Booth review. He's on Kerryon Martin's hip, and the ball does come out, but let's see. See from this last angle. I think his forearm is down, and then the ball pops free. Oh, I think they're going to dodge a bullet.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Yeah, play reverse. They're going to keep it. Sets him up with a 2nd and 9. Scott on the toss. Breaks one tackle, but then gets tracked down by the rest of the squad. 2-yard loss. Nice job by the boys so far on the TFLs. Now can we just get off the field on 3rd down? Another play over the middle has 8, but it's a little bit short. 4th and 3 upcoming. Georgia State settles for the field goal. Bend but don't break by the Marshall D so far. Studio update again. Oh my goodness. The Zips are no more. 35-28 Bowling Green with the huge upset. Akron drops it in rivalry week. I can't believe the MAC had gotten up that high and they blow it, and Southern Miss takes care of Old Dominion 38-31. So some really good games across the country today. Marshall's got the ball back, this time at the 20-yard line after the 3 points. Ali with a nice juke inside. He's got 7. Incomplete on second down, leaves us with a 3rd and 3. Fuqua scrambling, getting outside of the pocket. He's going to get himself up the sideline and out of bounds safely, 20 yards on the scramble. Always nice to have Fuqua's legs to rely on. Now it's a give to Ali. He's got a great hole, fighting forward, 14 yards and a first down. Play action on 1st and 10. Fuqua looking right to the sideline, and that's a dart, 15-yard completion to Cook. Pass the motion man, play action. Fuqua setting up shop, now gets outside. Can he avoid the rush? He does. He gets spun down. He's got 9 yards, just short of the first. Now a 2nd and 1 after the scramble. Just a quick flip out to Ali. Jukes back inside, fights off another tackle. 4 yards in the first down, and we are set up around the 10-yard line to the end zone. Brandon Armstrong can't reel this one in. Ronald Cooper on the coverage. I believe that's who he burnt for his earlier big play. 2nd and 10, the give left goes to Ali. Nice run D there. And Marshall's quickly faced with a 3rd and 10 from about the 12. Fuqua back in the end zone. Brandon Armstrong goes up and snags it. Are you kidding me? 12-yard touchdown reception. Brandon Armstrong. This is a beautiful touch pass by Fuqua. And is this the catch of the year? The true freshman climbing the ladder. He's got kind of like a skinny corner route. It's double coverage in the back of the end zone. He rides on top of some helmets and shoulders, and it's like they're not even there. What a beast. Oh man, Brennan Armstrong, are you kidding me? That was gorgeous. Marshall takes the 14-3 lead. 8 yards on 1st down. Nice throw by Colasardo. Scott, 2nd and 2, gets bumped backwards, steps out of bounds. It's another TFL. Now a 3rd and 3 draw. Scott held up, now drugged down. 2-yard loss, and it is a quick 3 and out by the Marshall D. Good work. Nice little return by our boy Knowledge McDaniel. Now Marshall already across midfield, 16 yards to John Bass. This is a nice throw by Fuqua. I feel like last week we talked a lot about his accuracy woes. He was not getting that ball completed. That was a good throw there. Play action, pressure coming! We couldn't get the blitz picked up. Nice job by Jalen Tate, number 22, coming off the edge. But look at Ali. He's like a half step from being able to pick up that pressure. And that leaves us with a 3rd and 14. Quickly to Armstrong. He gets hit as he tries to catch it, and it squirts out incomplete. We'll have to see. Marshall settles for the long field goal attempt. Kevin Hayes from 63. No, 2 miles an hour of wind in our face. I bet if it was helping, this ball might have went in. His first miss on the season, if I'm not mistaken. And they take over at the midfield stripe. Scott fighting off a few tackles, but he's going backwards again. They can't get the run game going. 2nd and 13, sweep left. Scott to the edge. Held up by Eric Love and then gets drugged down. And they're quickly to a 3rd and 10, not making a lot of progress. Colasardo, plenty of time, flips it to Freeman, gets knocked out by Malcolm Folk. Really nice job there. Well done by the Marshall D. Knowledge McDaniel returns us out across the 30, and we get the Brennan Armstrong 1st down throw on 11-yard gain. Now Ali, next play, fighting, juking, out to the sideline, 17 yards. Check out the vision, the cutback, the juke. The fighting, man, oh man, Ali's been so good this year. Gorgeous, gorgeous across the 40. It's another consecutive give to Ali, powering forward, falling forward. Another big run and a 1st down. Now it's Knowledge McDaniel. Nice cutback inside the 10, drugged down at about the 9, 14 yards as he spells Ali. This Marshall run game feels so potent. 1st and goal, Chancellor Bright, 10-yard touchdown, and he's into the end zone. Really good stuff here by Chancellor Bright and Fuqua. It's just a quick hook, settles up, couple steps off the line of scrimmage, turns around, gives the target. Chancellor Bright's into the end zone. Marshall's up 21-3. Beautiful. Colasardo has a lot of work to do. Down 3 scores. Wow, nice little scramble there to get the drive going. 14 yards. 1st and 10, another speed option. Can't do it. You just can't run the speed option, especially towards Aiden Hubbard. He's too quick. Now it's a 3rd and 13. Colasardo well protected, but it's another underneath throw, and Lewis drops it. Back-to-back 3 and outs. Bass the motion man. Fuqua, play action. Trying to get outside. Flips to Ali. He looks to spin, but is going nowhere. Nice play. And we take the timeout at the 1-minute mark. 2nd and 10 after the timeout to the sideline. Whoa, a little pass interference maybe? Incomplete. And we're quickly to 3rd and 10. 1:05. Pressure coming, looking left to Cook, and he drops it. We had a 1st down, but he couldn't squeeze it. And Marshall's forced to punt. Nice little return. Remember, we have a true freshman punter who doesn't have a big leg, so we don't get much on the punt, but there's a nice play on first down. Josh Hardiman on the coverage, incomplete. 2nd and 10, plenty of time, running out of it. Colasardo off his back foot to the sideline. Freeman climbs the ladder, and he brings this one in. Georgia State timeout, Jacob Freeman. Oh my God. First of all, how does Price not get there on Colasardo? That is quite the heave, the desperation heave. And look at this. Freeman bouncing off of bodies, jumping in between players. Luckily, we had enough people there to drag him down. We just got mossed. 1st and 10, Lewis on the give. He's got a short 4-yard pickup, 25 seconds and counting. No timeout by Georgia State yet. Colasardo on the run. He slides down short. Clock still running, 3rd and 1. Can we spy the QB this time? We can't. Mikel Colasardo from a few yards out is going to punch this one in with 8 seconds left in the half. Man, that hurts. That desperation throw and catch, that took all the wind out of our sails. I cannot believe that EAC's happened.
EA Sports. Go fuck yourself.
21-10 our score as we get the 3rd quarter going. Marshall with the football. Ali trucks a man at the line of scrimmage. 5 yards on first down. Now 2nd and 5. Out to Cook. Cutting it back up inside. Getting upfield. Breaking a tackle. Across the 50. Drugged down. Nice little play. Sam Cook. Love the run after catch. Now it's a 1st and 10 as Fuqua changes up the play. Drifting, looking backside. There's a John Bass dagger. 15-yard reception. This was really good work in the pocket by Fuqua. And we're across the Georgia State 30 already. Out of the backfield, it's Ali. He's just a little short, but that's a 9-yard pickup. Now 2nd and 1, sweeping to McDaniel. He's got the first 5-yard pickup. McDaniel's done a nice job coming in and getting some yards. Fuqua to the end zone. Chambers was his target, and Parker intercepts it. That's just me getting super aggressive. We were already thrown for 3 touchdowns. We're down in the red zone. The corner routes have been working, and we just don't see Parker sitting in the zone coverage. That's on me. God dang it. I'm getting so aggressive with Fuqua. As they run the speed option, they pitch it out to Dixon. He's got a few yards. It's a hard 6 yards he just ran for. Sets them up with a 2nd and 4. Colasardo quickly over the middle. Williams holds on again. How did he do that? Man, I can't stop thinking about that interception. We were rolling, just shooting ourselves in the foot. Nice D again. Here's Hardiman slowing him down. Jacob Freeman going backwards. I swear, that's got to be like 10 tackles for loss already in this game. 3rd and 13, playing good zone defense underneath. Not tackling very well, but that's going to set them up with a 4th and 2. We'll see if they go for it. And they do not. They punt it. Knowledge gets us to the midfield stripe. Fuqua under pressure on first down. Woo, barely gets away. Ronald Cooper was all over him. Incomplete on 2nd. Now it's 3rd and 10. Backed up. Fuqua drifting. Now scrambles. He's probably got enough to get out of bounds, and he does. Nice little 3rd down conversion using the legs when nothing's there. 2nd down run short to Ali. Sets us up with a 3rd and 5. Now Fuqua, deep drop, trying to buy himself some space, and this one goes into no man's land. Cooper's been targeted a lot. He holds his own on this drive. But it's 4th and 5, and we want to give it a go. Fuqua, triple option. They just overload the backfield with pressure. Hey, give them credit on the call. We probably were, again, a little too aggressive. We turn it over. They take over just shy of their own 40 as Scott tries to get the run game going. He cannot. 2nd and 8. Speed option look again. Pitch to Scott in the backfield. They've really probably got to reconsider this rushing attack. It's not working. And then a 3rd down short toss to Scott. Now it's 4th and inches. They're on their side of the 50, down 11. What are they going to do? And they punt it. Okay, they get back to Marshall as we get the run game going with Ali after back-to-back turnover possessions. 13 yards for Ali up the middle. He's already got 82 yards on 11 carries. Here's his 12th run of the day, and it's another good one. 2nd and 2, 3rd straight run. Ali pushing people over. Now getting met at the first down line. He has it. Tough 2-yard run. 92 yards on 13 carries. Here's number 14, Ali breaking tackles. I mean, it really feels like we could just give him the ball each play. I just feel like we also can throw. That's what makes it so hard with this team, because we're an effective run team most of the time, even if that play went for nothing. So it's like you try to get the ball in the air, but at the same time, you don't want to force things. Over the middle, deep, it's to Williams. Matthews, excuse me, and this one's broken up by Tony McCrary. Nice play there. And on trots Kevin Hayes, a little closer this time, and he's got plenty of leg for it. Well done by Kevin Hayes to get us on the scoreboard. Studio update, Michigan, late third quarter, up a touchdown at home against Ohio State. We'll have to see how that one finishes out. I'm nervous for the Buckeyes. The Panthers starting out this drive. First down from the 25-yard line. And look at this, David Watkins. Oh man, we love to do this. Put some points on the board and get you a quick turnover on that ensuing possession. Watkins reads this bubble screen. He gets over there in coverage before Tyleik Williams could get a block on him, and he gets the turnover. His team leading interception total continues. 1st and 10. Nice little pitch underneath to William Matthews. I keep wanting to call him Williams. Ali, though, on 2nd down, going backwards. Sets us up with a 3rd and 5. Fuqua in the pocket. Plenty of space over the middle. William Matthews trying to get in the end zone. He's down inside the 5. 2 catches, 20 yards for Matthews. Love to see it. 1st and goal. Fuqua outside of the pocket. Yep. That's a GG. 4-yard touchdown run for James Fuqua as he works his way in the pocket, has just enough room to escape, and there's nobody spying the quarterback, so let's just get out the back door and get into the end zone. 31-10, Fuqua and the boys have the lead in this regular season finale. Panthers with the ball again from the 25. Colasardo looking left. Nice throw to Freeman. He's across the middle for 15. They've had a lot of success throwing the ball over the middle. Something we're going to have to clean up in the next few weeks. Colasardo, though, under pressure. That's a big sack. Check out that quick swim, by Aiden Hubbard. And Price even got there before Hubbard did. Man, oh man, the D-line taking over. 2nd and 18. Daniel, he's got 13. That makes it a manageable 3rd down. 5 yards is all they need. Colasardo hits as he throws. Ball pops free. Good pressure setting them up with a 4th and 5, and they are going to go for it here. Colasardo. Nope. Rashid Price. Mama, there's that man again. Team leading sack guy gets it done on 4th down. Turnover on downs. Marshall on the other side of the 50 already. Running it up the middle with Ali. Goodness, he's been so good. 6-yard carry. Another one for him on 2nd and 4, falling forward. Another 1st down for Ali. Play action it to him. Look up the seam. Throw it to Brennan Armstrong. That's the recipe. Give it to Ali. Let him gash you. Run some play action and throw it up the seam to either Chancellor Bright or Brennan Armstrong, who's too big for any of these DBs. That's the recipe right there. 38-10 Marshall. Gorgeous. Gorgeous work. The boys pouring it on now. 5 minutes left in the 4th, and there's another sack. This one's going to go to Ward. Probably his 1st sack on the season. After a short play on 2nd down, it is a 3rd and 7. Rashid Price forcing the fumble, the sack fumble specifically. And Tremaine Johnson jumps on his 2nd fumble of the day. And that's just good work. They were trying to get the screen set up. Price put the wood on him. Backups are in the game. There's Ethan Payne on 1st and 10 as Marshall in the red zone already. 2nd and goal. Goal line. And Ethan Payne finishes off the drive. He scores it from 0 yards out, 45-10, the boys. Colasardo giving it to Freeman on the end around, 6-yard rush. We'll kind of speed up, chop through the last couple plays in this game. 4th quarter, 2 minutes to go. This one should have been picked off. Nice play by Evans. Sets them up with the 3rd and 7. Colasardo looking. He finds Thomas and he fights with Smith. He's got the 1st down, 8-yard reception. Now a few plays later, it's a 3rd and 10. Can we get off the field? We cannot. It's a completion to O'Brien along the sideline. They're inside the 20. 2nd team defense in there for Marshall. Scott running right. He's got the edge. Morrison fighting with him, and he's going to get drugged down, but he powers forward for 8. Now 2nd and 2. They do the little inside pitch. Nope. Scott going backwards. And now a 3rd and 2. Single back. Play action through the back of the end zone. And the all-important 4th and 2. Do they go for it? Can Marshall have enough pride to get the heck off the field? 35 seconds left in the game. Colasardo to the sideline. Completed to Murphy. They convert, keep the drive alive. 1st and goal. Scott finally getting a little redemption. He's in from 4 yards out. Unfortunately, we're unable to keep them out of the end zone. But that is the ball game as Fuqua has 5 touchdowns. To his credit today, he played fantastic. Heck of a job by number 2, 231 yards of passing, 5 total scores. We did have the 1 pick, which was completely my fault. And 45-17 is the final officially, as we weren't super sharp for much of the first half. We woke up a little bit more in the second half, but ultimately the Marshall D forced too many 3-and-outs and turnovers for them to stay in the game. We missed a field goal. We didn't convert on 4th and 5, 55% on third downs. Really kind of sloppy by our standards in a lot of ways, but we still end up in a blowout win as we finish the regular season undefeated. Fuqua throws for 231 and 4 scores. The one pick, which was on me, he was solid. Rasheen Ali, pretty good. 115 yards on 6.3 yards per carry, 4 catches and 2 scores from Armstrong, and he made that incredible catch in the first quarter, mossing 2 defenders. He's a stud. As we move to week 15, most of the big teams are idle this week. A few guys are ready to visit or visit on the bye week. Britt, Seymour, Ross, Clark will all be on campus this week, and we do get a boom down at the bottom. Finally, 5-star athlete Travis Bain is in the class. Only a 66 overall, but the star rating will help the rankings quite a bit. And it sure did. We move up to number 8 in the team rankings and have our first official 5-star in the class. He's the number 13 commit. Look, it's a project, but it was worth it for the 5 stars, okay? Here he is, 6 foot, 236 pounds. He's fine for size for an outside linebacker. He was ranked as the number 7 athlete in this class from Dale City, Virginia. 72 speed might move him into the inside at some point, but he's got 80 tackle already, 74 play rec, mid-60s for the coverage skills, upper 60s for the pass rush moves. He's a bust. I get it. It's not the kid's fault that the recruiting ranking services had the projection way too high for him. If he was a 3-star, the narrative would be completely different, and that's the approach I'm going to take by letting him have time to develop. During the Georgia State game, we saw Akron, the studio update, but apparently there was so much more chaos. Number 5, Houston also loses, this time an OT thriller to BYU, 56-49. It looks like Houston mounts the comeback after getting a touchdown with 1:08 left to force overtime, but then give up the game-winning 2-yard score, and just like that, their playoff hopes are over. They've slid all the way down to number 13, and they have no path to get in. The Buckeyes get it done in the big house. They move to 12-0 in another overtime banger. 34-31 is the final, as the Buckeyes score 14 unanswered to force overtime, and then they win it in a walk-off field goal as neither team could score touchdowns in OT. It feels good as an Ohio State alumni to get the win against the team up north, even if our allegiance is with Marshall at the moment. Are you ready for more chaos? The Civil War. Oregon State gets upset, beating Oregon 48-45. We showed this during the game. They hold off a late push from the Ducks to win the rivalry and likely a berth to the Pac-12 championship game. And we're still not done. Number 7, Northern Illinois has its bubble burst as well. They lose 45-35 to unranked Eastern Michigan. Both teams scored a combined and mind-blowing 43 fourth quarter points. The Huskies are now out of the playoff hunt as well. What a wild weekend. Florida handles Florida State, and the top 4 stay the same as we gear up for conference championship week. But 5, 6, 7, and 9 all lose. And unfortunately, that brings the likes of Alabama, Clemson, and USC back into play potentially after some conference title games are decided. Marshall's in good shape in the college football playoff, but our tickets aren't punched just yet. And a last-minute Heisman shocker. Rasheen Ali slides down to the 5th spot because James Fuqua is now 4th on the list. He hasn't made an appearance on this list all season long, and in the late stages, Marshall has a chance of sending 2 guys to New York. This season has been bonkers. Let's advance one more time through week 15. It's a bye, and boom. That's a 4-piece tender meal right there, baby. The kicker of the future, wide receiver 2, cornerback 1 on our board, and a depth guard all commit this week. And no other targets commit to other schools as the regular season comes to an end, meaning we are still in the mix for guys like Tyler Coley, Corey Brown, and Damon Austin. Marshall shoots up the charts once again to the number 4 class in the country, now up to 17 commits, and ahead of the likes of Georgia, Texas, Ohio State, LSU, and so many more. Let's look at those 4 a little closer. Brandon Ross is a 4-star wideout from Colorado. Number 24 wide receiver in this class, 6 foot, 215. He's a possession guy, 89 speed, 80 route running, 84 spec catch, a few years of development before he'll see a lot of big snaps. That should give him plenty of time to round out the rest of his game. I see him very much like how we use John Bass right now. He gets some handoffs occasionally. He's got that 89 carry rating, but playing mostly on the outside and getting open. Scott Darby is a 3-star from in-state, number 27 guard in this class from West Virginia, 6'3", 280. So he's got a pretty good frame to start, and check this out, 75 strength, 75 pass block, 75 run block. He's a 65 overall, but you can't be mad at starting your base ratings right there. He's the 4th guard we've signed in the last 2 cycles, so we will have plenty of time to get him into the rotation on the inside. Paul Jenkins is a 3-star corner, 70 overall. Doesn't seem notable on the surface, but look at this, 93 speed, 92 acceleration, and really good coverage numbers for a 70 overall. He'll be a really talented zone corner on the outside. Obviously, we still have multiple years of David Watkins, Eric Love, and Mario Sanders, so Paul won't have to play for quite some time, but that speed and those coverage ratings are a great start. The number 6 kicker in the class, Manny Seymour from Covington, Virginia. This guy has an absolute boot, but has no clue where it's gonna go. 87 kick power, 67 kick accuracy. The plan here is if Hayes declares early for the draft, Seymour will handle the field goals. If Hayes comes back, Seymour is likely to take over at punter, as our current punter, the freshman, has a noodle leg. So we'll let those two battle it out for punter. Here is the full slate of games for Conference Title Week. Our matchup with number 20 Arkansas for the Sun Belt title is the next episode, and it is an official matchup now. Both of these teams coming off of crushing losses. Akron and Northern Illinois will limp into the MAC championship game. The Sooners take on disheartened Cougars after they fall out of the number 5 spot. Florida's going to square off with Alabama, and Alabama has quietly lurked around in the shadows with only 1 loss and is now in the SEC title game. The winner of that is definitely going to be in the playoff. Air Force at 10-2, having a nice season. They will take on the running Rebels of UNLV in the Mountain West title game. Clemson and North Carolina are going to battle it out in the ACC title game. I'm not going to lie, this one's pretty concerning for us. A Clemson win and an Alabama win would put those 2 final spots of the playoff into play, and we could see ourselves squeezed out. We'll see. It's Utah and Oregon State in the Pac-12 title game. I don't think Oregon State can make the leap all the way up from 8th, but they're going to try. Finally, Nebraska returns to a level of relevancy as they represent the Big Ten West going up against the Buckeyes for the Big Ten title. Buckeyes win and they're in. There's a path to Ohio State at number 2 and Marshall up to number 3, setting us up for a matchup in the semis. I don't even want to think about that scenario right now, so let's just move on. And as we wrap this one up, what an episode. Chaos all throughout college football. A blowout win from us. 5 total commits in 2 weeks. What a banger. Thanks for watching and showing love on this series. Next week, it all kicks off against Arkansas State with a trip to the college football playoff on the line for Marshall. Let's go. Okay, take care of yourselves. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.